Hello.
Yeah, hi Sika.
Yeah, hi.
So, any doubts or are you like on track with all the classes or like you have to cover?
Yeah, like header that the last day topic, the
Mhm.
header change that I haven't practiced yet.
Okay. Okay. Today topic is also a little difficult. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
this is we have covered these info types 19 and 41. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and like previously I have covered this info type 41. For this info type, we have also one feature called DATAR. Okay, DATAR, I think. Yeah. So what it basically does, it basically defaults some of the, for example, our country is not there. Okay. So what it basically do is like, suppose we have one employee which is belonging to India.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And okay, when you try to create this data specification for this employee, here,
Mm-hmm.
some of the data type will automatically come based on this feature called DATAR. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
Okay.
so this is one of the feature which is used to default some certain data types on for the related to like basically it is country specific. Okay, so if I want
Mm-hmm.
like for USA, you can see there are four data types they have given. For example, if I want to create for mine, I will do, I will go to change. I will add my country as 40 and if I want, I can return some values here on this one. I will select this country and return. What is saying? Return table. Okay. Okay. Here the list of what you can say the date type will come. Okay. So for example, if I want to default some date types, for example, I want to like 12, 16, and for example 24. Okay. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
default them for the employees who are belonging to what you can say India. Now if I click on transfer and once I activate this feature, first I will check whether there is any error or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I mistakenly clicked on this one. So now it got activated. Okay. So now if I
Mm.
try to uh, create the info type data specification, see these data type become defaulted and they automatically
Yeah.
came. Okay. So this is one of the feature called DATR. So you can make some changes here. Now there is one of the important topic. Maybe like generally we don't do this unless like it is an implementation project. Okay, if it is a support project,
Mm-hmm.
you will not be getting a chance to work on this one. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe if some additional requirement come, then you may have to like create some dynamic actions. Okay, so what it basically does is basically it is basically like if you are saving some of your data, for example, in the I think personal data. Okay, so here you can say we are only making the change in the info tab 02. Okay, so I have created one dynamic action, and if I select the country of birth as India, IND,
Mm-hmm.
and when I try to save this employee data, the another info type will automatically get executed. Okay, so it will like call the another info type. Okay, so what I have done basically, like when I'm trying to change this, when I'm selecting this country of birth India, IND, and when I'm going to save it, another info type will run. Okay, another info type will get executed. So now you can see there is one info type coming as communication. So
Coming,
here,
yeah, 105.
hmm. So here basically it is asking to save the email ID of the employee as well. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is happening because like we have done some setting in the dynamic action. So that's why once we make some change in this personal data, like when we are going to select the country called IND, it will automatically execute the another info type. Here it will not, it has not executed because I have done some setting that only in case of a country as India, okay, that is
Hmm.
IND. I have given the code only in the case of IND India, the another input type will get executed. Okay. So here now for this it has come. Okay. So first of all, we will go to the dynamic action. So what is the SPRO path? You got it now? What is basically do?
Yeah.
Dynamic action is basically it calls another info types. If they are performed, if one info type has a dependency on other info type, okay. So they can
Hmm.
also perform background. Sometimes you will not see the other execute info or some other field and other info type can
Yeah,
be there.
like for like suppose I'm running a promotion action for an employee. So like
Mm-hmm.
if I update the dynamic action, so like I want to update IT 0 first and then IT 1, then info type 7 and 8. So like once I'll be like I'm done with IT 0, then IT 1 will automatically come.
Yeah, that can also be done. Okay. And see, the thing you are saying is basically it is related to the like what you're saying, the promotion, na?
Mm-hmm.
So basically that kind of thing, basically we
Like
create our,
any action, like I want to
yeah, yeah.
I want
Uh,
to like yeah, I want a set of info types for a
uh-huh.
particular actions, like two or three info types or four info types for
Mm-hmm.
a particular action.
So what it do is
Whenever
basically,
I'm running
yeah.
that.
Hmm. Okay. So what is basically do? It calls the another info type based on our setting. Okay.
Yeah.
So now first let me explain you some field. So first let's go to the dynamic action. So there are two ways to maintain the dynamic action. First is like our same old SPRO path.
Hmm.
Mhm. So most of the thing we will be doing under this personal administration because we are like currently covering the PA part, PA module.
PA
Okay.
part, yeah.
Okay. So I think under customizing procedure, you will see the dynamic action. Okay.
Hmm.
So there is one way either go to the SPR path and under customizing procedure we can go to this dynamic action table, or there is another table called T55T588G. Okay. If I want to see the table, what is the table for this? I will directly click on Control P and I will be able to see the table. Okay. So either I will go to the SPRO path or either I will go directly to the either through SM30 I will call the table T558G and I will go to this. Okay.
Hmm.
So now here some columns you will see. Okay. This one is related to info type. Okay. This one is related to subtype of the info type. This one is related to the particular field. Okay. Uh, Field name like in which like based on which you want to do the setting. Okay. For example, in our case, we have made the change in this based on this field. Lesson P20. So basically, what I'm doing is basically I'm executing the dynamic action. I am executing the calling the other info type based on this field country of birth called GVLND. Okay. So let me pause. So here we will give the field name like for which we want to like only in this field when we are making the change, the other info type will get called. Okay. Then
Okay.
so these three field you are clear: info type, subtype, and field.
Yeah.
Okay. Subtype is basically here like we don't have any subtype in the case of personal
Yeah,
data.
like info type 6 has a
Yeah,
subtype,
exactly.
info type
Exactly.
105.
Okay. Okay. So for example, if we go to info type 6 and let me call the subtype 1. Okay. So if you want to make the setting based on the subtype, okay, for only address, the when the sub when we are going to make change in this address subtype 1, then some info type will get called. Okay. And if I am going to make change in any other subtype, the info type will not get called. Okay. So here based on that, basically you can make your make your settings or the dynamic change. Okay. So and field is basically on watch based on which field we are like making our setting. Okay. Like if I am
Hmm.
going to make some change in this field GVLND, then only the email address of the employee will get called. Otherwise, it will not get called. Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose if I'm not going to make any change in this field, okay, uh, like earlier this value is there BST India, and if I'm going to make some change in this in any of the field, the dynamic action will not get triggered. Okay. So
Hmm.
basically, based on the field also, we can like configure our settings. Okay. Now
Yeah.
there is another field called FC. What does it mean is basically, first let me click on F1. So here is basically what it means is like here for like see there I am executing two actions. Okay. First is like creating. Okay. Suppose I am creating this I'm creating the copy personal data, the info type. Okay. When I'm going to
Yeah.
execute this, okay, something is okay. Maybe I haven't touched that field. That's why it does not get executed. Let me make some changes. 193 and not IND. I'm going to save this, but it's not figuring. I have given the value as 4 or 6. 1 second, 6. 6 is for both change and create. Okay, it should got executed. 1 second. Not now. Okay. Not sure. Okay. So first, let me explain you what does it mean. This
Hmm.
this change is basically when we are going to make the change, okay, in the employee data, master data, okay. So change means like when I'm clicking on this icon, change, okay, and let me select any other employee. Not sure why it is not happening. So what does it basically means? Okay, like there are two things. Okay, there are two or three things. Once is like I'm making the change. Okay, if I'm going to make the change, the other info type will get called. Okay, and if I'm only like in that case, if I've selected the functional specific function character value as 2, then if I'm going to create this any record in the personal data with the value of the country as India, then in that case it will not execute the dynamic action. Okay, because we have only selected for the change. Similarly, if I have selected for 4 for create, then it will only execute the dynamic all the dynamic action only when we are going to create the personal data record. If I'm going to make any change, it will not what you say, it will not trigger that or it will not call the other info type. Okay, 6 is for both. Basically, if I'm going to create, if I'm going to create, then also it will call the action, and if I'm going to change, then also it will what you can say call the info type. Okay, 8 is for basically when we are going to delete the record, then in that case only it will call the other info type. 10 is for basically change and delete. If I am going to so you may have gotten what I'm trying to convey. Okay. 06 is for both, like when we are creating or changing, and 00 is basically for whatever the thing you are doing, either you are creating, either you are changing or delete, it will call the other info type, or it will basically call the dynamic action. Okay, so now we will go to the other. So let me go to this 002 field name GVLND. This one is basically the sequence. Okay, the sequence number. Here you will giving the sequence number. Okay, and this one is basically here you will be able to check the condition. Okay, P is for basically checking the condition. Okay, like if the country is Molga, if the country is 40, then it will go to, then it will again go and it will check whether the class P class is basically A or B. For A is for our master data change, B for the recruitment related activity. Okay, and after that there is another like another condition when we are going to save this field GVLND. Okay, and if the value is what you can say the blank. Okay, then if any of these condition will get passed, then in that case it will insert, it will create another record, that is 1005, and in that it will execute the like with the subtype 0010, and there it will enter the beginning date and the end date of our personal data record. So in this case, if you are able to see, the begin date is I think for example, for this record, if you are going, then it will pick up this date 1193 and 3112 as the start and end date for the info type 105. Okay, and this slash x means basically it is like the or condition. Okay, slash x means basically or. So if one of these condition get passed, like if either it is blank value, okay, not equal to, it is basically not equal to it, it should not be blank, and after that it will also check it should not be 1, and if one of and after that it will go to this third condition, it will see if the value in this GVLND field is IND or not. Okay, because only when we give the value as IND here, then in that case only it will call the another info type like it will in our case it will call the another info type called 1005 with the value with the subtype as 0010. Okay, so let me come out of here. I'm not sure because earlier it was getting executed. Now let me go to /employee. For example, if I'm going to create the record personal data for this employee, let's suppose the value is 1195 LA Not sure why it is not calling the, because earlier I showed you it was calling it, and now what happened? I'm not sure. Country is also Molga. Let me try to change. In this case, it will not execute. But now again, if I change this value as I and D. Here, okay. So in this case, like when I change the data, it has automatically called this info type called communication, and with the start date end date as of our personal data record. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the one of the like this is basically on the change. Okay. Now if I try to create something, okay. Uh, if I create okay. So now if I select this value as IND, so again it has called this info type 105 when I'm creating any record for this employee the on the info type 002. See, it has basically selected the start date and end date of that record, and also it has executed the info type along with the subtype 0010, and after that it is asking us to save the details. Okay, so you got the point.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will be little difficult for you in the starting. So, but just try it from your end. Okay, so I have already like explained you the field. Okay, info type basically you will be giving the info type after when you will be going to make any change, or when you are going to create some of the record for this info type. And if you are making some change in this field GVLND, okay, so you can select any of your field based on your like convenience. And if you, it's not basically you have to select this field. Okay, so you can select any of this field, like for example birth of date if you are giving this, or if you are selecting the language as English, or the marital status. Okay, so you can try selecting any of the field, and you can try creating your code. And after that we this thing I have also explained you what is operation basically 01 02 06. Okay, and sequence number you have to give, after which the like this is the line 1, this is the line 2, and after that see this star star means basically the comment. Okay, and here you will not be giving anything. Okay, and for the comment you have to leave this field as blank.
Yeah.
Okay, and for each field you can see, after clicking on the F1 you will get all the detail. Okay, so here you will get the field not here. Close this one. So here with F4 you can see all the field which is belonging to info type 002. So you can select your field in which you want to make the change, and basically okay, here functional character, after clicking on F4 you will see not this one, either you will click F1 or either you will click F4. Okay, so if you want to see what does this mean, you can click on F1 and you can see on what condition or on what scenario you want to execute the info type called the dynamic action sequence. You will see, and the here also in this you can select as F1, and you will be able to see what thing you can give. So it is saying other entries in this comment column means comment line. Okay, apart from this PIWBFM, you give anything, it will be treated as a comment line. Okay, so if you want you can give it as blank. Okay, P is basically for checking the condition, and I is for basically inserting or the creating the info type. Okay, maintaining the info type record. Okay, and here if you go in this variable function part, if you click on F1, you will be able to see all these details. Okay, 1 second. So basically it is saying that here this is plausibility check, like basically the condition equal to, less than, equal to. So here like we have given not equal to, so it has treated not equal to. Consecutive check must be linked by a logical and. Logical or links must also be indicated. So basically these are the end condition, and these select x means basically these are the or condition. Okay, so either it is not equal to blank or not equal to 1, or if the value is this ind, then in that case only. So this thing also you can see, and if you want to see what every other field means, then you can what you can say, go through this document. Okay, so here it is
Yeah.
saying I is for maintaining the record.
Mhm.
Okay, so like you can get all the details by clicking on F1 or F4. Okay,
Hmm. Okay. Yeah.
so if you want this, uh, I will try to send this thing to you. Okay, now, so basically we have covered the dynamic action. Now if I go to, so we have covered like almost most of the topic for the PA, and
Mhm.
now basically we have to cover the PA info types. Basically the major info types we will be covering. So because like here you will see there is info type 7, which is like one of the major info type for the time management module,
Hmm.
and info type 8 is basically for the payroll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and the other info types like 0, 1, 2, 6, and the 7, 8, and we will cover like the like majorly used info types. Okay, because all these are linked because through info type 7 we are linking our PA with the time management, and through info type 08 we are linking our PA with the payroll module. Okay,
Yeah.
so we will be covering the major info types under the PA. So action part we have already covered. Okay, so like
Hmm.
because we have created our own personal actions, as you can see, we have created a personal action, like we have created our own personal action like hiring. Okay,
Mhm.
and there also we have also defined the reason for hiring. Okay,
Yeah.
so and also like this thing customer specific employment. So like if you remember, like when we are creating our own personal action, it has asked some field like whether it is a customer specific, whether the employment, what should be the employment status when we are going to hire the employee, what is the special
Hmm.
payment. Okay, and this position we have configured, we have created our personal area, we have created our
Yeah.
employee group, we have created our
Employee
employee
group
group.
Hmm.
So basically we have covered our info type called action. Okay,
Hmm.
so we have configured it. Now we will go to another info type called organization assignment.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this you will be able to see we have created our personal area, sub area,
Hmm.
company code,
Yeah.
cost
Yeah.
center, and business area basically maintained by the FI team. And then
Yeah.
also we have covered our employee group, we have created our employee group, employee subgroup, and also we have created
Payroll
our
area.
payroll area.
Yeah.
Uh, you may also be remembering the features for these. Okay, so for the number
Yeah.
ranges we have our feature called,
Namkar.
yeah, exactly.
Nam.
And
Yeah.
yeah, numcare. And for payroll area,
Huh?
for payroll area, what is our feature?
Kita. Hmm. Right.
AVKRS. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and for administrator group, what is our feature? Pinch, PINCH.
Yeah.
Okay, and for the info group modifier, what is our feature?
Info group modifier.
Uh,
Then like you are asking for the table name.
no, the feature, like which feature is basically used for defaulting the info group modifier? That is
Hmm.
IG mod. Okay,
Yeah. IG mode. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that
And
is a that is the feature name. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know.
Features is basically used to default the certain values. Okay. So like if the employee is getting hired for this personal area, we will be defaulting some personal number range for that employee. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
num_char is basically used that. If the employee is
Yeah.
belonging to this employee group and employee subgroup, then we will be defaulting some payroll area for that type of employee. Okay. And then here you can see these thing also we have converted, like we have created the position. Okay. We have
Uh,
created our org unit. So
mm,
basically just remember like what you maintain under enterprise structure. Basically we the main thing is personal area and sub area, which comes under enterprise structure. And under
mm,
the personal structure, this employee group and sub employee subgroup will come, and the payroll area. Okay. So they
okay.
can ask what comes under the enterprise structure, what comes under the personal structure, and what comes under the organizational plan. Okay. And you
Yeah.
also asked me one question like under enterprise structure, we also maintain employee group, employee subgroup. You may be remembering it, huh?
Yeah, that's there like in SPRO, so that the
Uh,
employee group subgroup is there only. So there is
um,
no other person structure.
so yeah, just
Structure.
try searching for it. Okay, why we maintain this, or like
Yeah.
maybe when the SAP was initially set up, like they have made this thing. So not sure. Just try to
Yeah.
find that answer. Okay, because that can be asked in the interview. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So info type 01 also we maintain. So personal data. Uh, so are you will you able to take the next class after some time?
Today, not possible. I have a call from 10 o'clock.
Okay, okay, no problem. ठीक है. Then we will try to cover the other other info time in our next class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, okay. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.